you're talking, Universal Studios, the theme park. So please, have the time of your life. Make sure and download our Universal Studios app. We'll give you updates on showtimes and wait times. Whatever shows are left on your docket today, make sure.
It's hard to visit Hollywood without spending a day at Universal Studios, one of the most popular attractions in the world. The world-famous Studio Tour is one of the most influential theme parks in the world, with many popular attractions. From Jaws-type shark attacks to other Universal Studio movie themes, from simulated earthquakes to 3D encounters with King Kong. Universal Studios has provided over 100 million guests a behind-the-scenes glimpse at a Hollywood studio. Thousands of films and television shows have been produced on the Universal lot, making it one of the historic centers of the entertainment industry. This theme park, set in a working movie studio, has an energy that few other theme parks can match. Trams filled with guests pass sound stages on the lot, along with standing sets from ancient Rome, the Wild West, and modern New York. Past some of the most famous movie sets, like the Psycho House, Whoville, and War of the Worlds.
What happened to all those adorable Whos? Well, they ran away.
Universal Studio Tour is one of the oldest and most famous studio movie lots still in use. It was originally created to offer tours of actual Universal movies during productions. The modern tour was officially opened in 1964, but its roots shoot back to the earliest days of the movie business. Carl Laemmle, who started in the Nickelodeon business, moved his film studio to Southern California and founded Universal Pictures in 1915. Always looking for a unique way to generate publicity, Laemmle invited the public to visit his new movie factory. Laemmle welcomed movie fans to watch how silent movies were made, charging a quarter and giving them a box lunch in the deal. Thousands attended the opening, including such luminaries as Buffalo Bill Cody and Valentino. The opening entertainment included a Western stunt show, a flash flood, and a bridge collapse. Visitors were allowed to watch their favorite actors from bleachers on the movie sets. The Movie City Tour continued for years until the advent of sound, when noise from spectators disrupted filming and Universal Studios closed its lot to the public. By the time of the 1950s, when television had stolen much of Hollywood's audience, the backlot of the studios were quickly becoming relics of the past. Hollywood loved a sequel, and Universal Studios got a new chapter of its own with the reopening of its backlot. The modern studio tour began when Universal welcomed Gray Line tours onto the studio lot. The goal for the studio was to create another revenue source by having Gray Line guests stop by the studio commissary for lunch. Universal Studios gave bus drivers a script to read that showcased the studio's facilities, as well as hyping the latest Universal Studio release like Bonzo Goes to College or Monsters on the Campus. That idea became a huge success. Studio head Lou Wasserman noticed the new source of profits and directed his staff to develop additional tour attractions. Universal Studio opened its tour in July of 1964. It would take another decade before the tour took on the look we know today. By the 1970s, the studio tour would begin to reshape the modern theme park industry, not only ushering Universal into the field, but recentering the entire business. The tour shifted from a behind-the-scenes look at the movies to one centered around Universal movies themselves, with attractions based around film and TV franchises, intellectual property in industry speak. In 1976, everything changed when Steven Spielberg's Jaws opened. The studio tour built a mini recreation of an eastern seaboard waterfront and put guests face to face with a 24-foot shark. Nothing on the level of this cultural phenomenon that was Jaws had so quickly been replicated in a theme park before. The studio tour is a 45 to 60-minute ride which uses trams to transport visitors from the top of the park to the back lot where major movie and television productions take place. The tour will take you through a number of famous film sets, including the Courthouse Square from Back to the Future, a Crash Airline aircraft set from War of the Worlds, and the Bates Motel from Psycho. The tram provides up-close encounters with how Hollywood creates special effects for the movies like Earthquake. There is also a King Kong 360 3D with the tram taking you through a tunnel where you find King Kong take on a pair of T-Rexes on Skull Island. Created as one of the world's largest and most intense 3D experiences. You will encounter and survive a Jaws attack and ride along with the Fast and Furious Supercharged. This part of Universal's attractions is worth the price of admission alone. Make sure you book a ride on the Universal Studio Tour Hollywood, celebrating its 60th anniversary.